Our group presentation was on occupational nursing, and we're going to present a few skits to demonstrate exactly what this means. The performers in this skit will include Michaela Pulliam, Tara Outen, Keena Patrick, Kaylee Miller, Kara Filippi, Kaylee Montgomery, and Sarah Russell. As an occupational nurse, you provide health care for people who work at hospitals and medical facilities. They work closely with the employers and administrators of the hospital to ensure that the health and safety standards are met for that facility. You can become an occupational nurse by obtaining a regular RN degree, which you can do through an associate's degree at a community college, a bachelor's at a university, or higher from there on. Occupational nursing responsibilities include clinical health care of injuries and illnesses that are both occupational and non-occupational, so that includes employees and non-employers. Case management of those injuries and illnesses, and health hazard assessment and surveillance of employees at a specific workplace, and it can also include different types of community groups. After this assessment, sometimes investigation of wrong techniques used at certain facilities will need to be done, and they do this to comply with laws and regulations and other standards that govern healthcare and safety for the employees and the employees' environments. Management of occupational and environmental services, so that would include like being a higher up occupational nurse and governing a smaller group of nurses that would go to hospitals and other healthcare facilities. They also provide health and safety promotion and disease prevention, so this can include different types of classes and seminars to promote educational things about healthcare. It can also include counseling for employees, training programs for them to teach them more about health and safety standards in their facility, and any type of research that is related to occupational nursing or environmental health itself. Please enjoy these skits.
My name is Keena Patrick, and I have interviewed an occupational nurse from Ash Memorial Hospital. Her initials are ML. She has completed an associate's degree, and her title is an RN. Her job includes vaccinations and health care of the employees, running programs such as disease prevention and awareness, and overseeing nurses in the hospital to ensure all safety measures are met and provided for. These may include washing hands, using gloves and masks when needed, as well as proper hygiene. She will also make sure that when an employee is injured on the job, they will receive the care that they may need and complete an incident report. She may also be known as the employee health nurse and will work with others such as inspectors and administration to complete her job throughout the entire facility. We would like to thank her for the time she has given us.
I need you to come on November 30th at 8 a.m. to my facility just to make sure that all of my employees are keeping up with the health standards and doing everything that they need to be doing. Would you be able to come?
Yeah, I'll check my schedule for sure to make sure. And I can just come over, see how your nurses are working in the facility and make sure all requirements are met for safety procedures.
I would also like to ask you if you'd be able to design maybe a disease prevention program to have all my nurses attend to make sure that they're aware of everything coming up in the new technology, new day and age, all these new bacteria coming out. I just need to make sure all my employees are safe.
Yeah, of course. I have a bunch of different programs that we could look at when I come on the 30th to do your evaluation. I can definitely talk to you about the different ones that we have. We have some regarding different technology, the different bacteria that have came about, and we can definitely incorporate one of those for your nurses to attend. That way each of the nurses get the information that needs.
Great, I'll see you then.
Thank you. Tara is demonstrating hand washing. Hand washing is an important task to do when you're in the nursing field. It ensures the safety of your patient and you as a nurse. keep you from getting germs and from getting sick. As part of my job as an occupational nurse, we place these signs above the sink, ensuring to remind all nurses to wash their hands. Hand washing, you must wash for at least 30 seconds, under your nails, up your wrists, and thoroughly, and dry completely with a paper towel in order to ensure that the task has been completed.
Before interacting with the patient, I make sure all my jewelry's off my hands and I put on a clean pair of gloves to ensure the safety of the patient and me and that no germs come in contact with them. Okay, I make sure my gloves are on correctly and they cover my wrist. When taking off my gloves, I will take them off in the palm and then pull under to ensure that I come in contact with none of the germs on the outside. The occupational nurse oversees that I do my job correctly and that I put on my gloves right.
A large part of the occupational nurse's job is to ensure that hand sanitizer is placed throughout the hospital and outside of all patient rooms to ensure that the nurses are achieving high standards of care and quality and hygiene. Before entering and after leaving a patient room, we will always use hand sanitizer to ensure that the germs are displaced and will not harm either the patient or myself. We must make sure to rub our hands vigorously until it is dry to receive the full effect.
Here, be sure to wear your mask to ensure that you're keeping your patients safe and that you are keeping yourself safe to prevent germs being spread.
I'm sorry, thank you.
You're welcome.
Go.
Are you okay?
Was there an injury? I need to report it. What's your name? Haley. Is everything okay? Alright, we're gonna check you out and then report it, okay?
Let's get you up.
I held the staff meeting today because our occupational nurse Kaylee, as you all know, has come today to survey us and make sure that we're keeping up with all the health standards and everything, and I had her come today to talk about disease prevention.
Okay, so I have a bunch of different programs being an occupational nurse that talk about technology that helps that is advanced to help to prevent disease prevention, and we are going to talk about different things about that. Any questions that y'all might have before we begin?
What are some ways that we can prevent diseases?
Many of the ways were shown today when I did your observation. Just washing your hands and making sure those are thorough. The 30 seconds and your fingernails, because that is an easy place for germs to get stored and not washed thoroughly. Washing your hands completely and drying them completely, because the germs could still be on your hands when they're wet. Using hand sanitizer when you're not available to wash your hands. Emergency situations, just grab some hand sanitizer and kill as many germs as possible. Wearing masks when you are sick or when you enter a patient's room that is an airborne disease. Those are just ways that you can help to prevent it. Also gloves, wearing gloves is a huge key to preventing diseases, because it keeps you as the staff out of the contact with disease of the patient.
So like who do we report injuries to, like if something happens to us, or let's say one of us gets stuck by a needle, who do we report that to?
First, you report that to your DON, which is your director of nursing, and then she would file a report with the occupational nurse, which is me, and we would do a final report of what the incident, how the incident occurred, what happened, what needs to be done to make sure that the nurse is taken care of to the best of our abilities. Anything else?
Okay.